Hey there, everybody. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. We are happy to have you here. We are happy to have you share because you care. If it has been a minute and you're happy to see me back, blow it up, y'all. Leave comments, compliments down below for me, for yourself, for each other. It does not matter. Begin to titillate YouTube with any of those buttons down below, and they will circulate this video out to other people who need the energetic level up in their lives, who might not otherwise come across this video, okay? Let's help this thing go viral. Instead of COVID going around, let's get some joy going around this world, all right? Because there's enough room in a crayon box for all our colors, all our colorful, beautiful, unique, bold, bright, beautiful selves. Okay, so with all that being said, the reason it's been a minute is the energies, they said wait until they're ready to speak. We've gone from about 400 to 500 years of earth energy shifting over into the air, which at this channel is being addressed as plasma, because plasma is that state beyond. It's bringing the energetic cosmos out there down to us, bringing heaven down to earth, not just the power of the mind, but true embodiment in heaven on earth, merging 3D and 5D into, yes, the 4D. The fourth dimension, the dimension of order. That's kind of what they went about with the pyramids in Egypt. Breaking down of languages, crossing barriers to where we understand outside of logic, becoming whole-brained, conscious, that whole thing going on there. So you can see there's a little bit of cards sitting out here. They're giving me a heads up as to what is coming in. What we are being asked to do is to do away with self-imprisonment, self-imposed imprisonment and punishment. You might think, well, I don't do that to myself, but somewhere, if we stay in limitation, if we stay in judgment of self, if we stay in the logic of trying to decide how we're going to get there instead of opening up to faith, opening up to the question of questioning ourselves, of creating the action potential where we're able to create a circuit and wholeness within ourselves so that we truly connect with the divine, because we do have Metatron showing up here, y'all, and that's what he's opening up for us. They're wanting us to step away from this punishment, okay? The old ways, and that's earthen, okay? Earthen is slow. It's kind of like some religions talk about the curse of childbirth being put on the woman. That actually meant the bearing of the child, the carrying of it, where when we come together, heaven and earth come together, divine masculine, divine feminine, that comes and it merges into the 4D on this plane. It's done through the heart and mind. It's done through being of one mind, one body, one soul, and the breath animating the two, one spirit, okay? So wherever two on earth agree, it is done, and that's what we do here at this channel. I'm here to get in agreement with your true heart's desire. That's where our dreams spring forth from. Those are the star seeds of heaven. And how do we know we got assistance? See, a Big Poppa, even though it's been a minute, there he was front and center, and he said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit this. Now, the crazy thing is Big Poppa, Big Daddy Saturn is what he is. He's riding in on Jupiter. Jupiter is the great steed coming in. I told them to make it very plain and clear when it was time for me to start back, because I kept, chewing at the bit, ready to go. And they're like, hold y'all horses. And they were waiting for Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, I don't know astrologically what's going on. I know physically what is going on. And there is an aligning of the poles coming in to create universality within oneself. The aligning of the sun, the moon, and our star, our true self, into the wholeness, into the forefront of our lives, so that we open all dimensions of self, because each chakra has multiple dimensions to it, multiple facets to it, which is why we have some fascinating new cards coming in here. My younger son gave these to me for a birthday gift, and I'm quite ecstatic. If you want to know, you can check the description box down below and find out a little bit more about me, but I will tell you, I am a Cappy, Sun, and Mercury right together. So it's like having a double sun in the first house. January 3rd is my birthday. So the Nine of Wands and the Hierophant coming in, it's bringing an end to the old order of having to follow through, having to go through all the levels of earth learning, of correction, of punishment. Not that we do away with teaching of oneself, not the short change. Remember, Big Poppa is not about that. If you've been at this channel for a minute, he is about the short cut. Earth has slowed things down. It hemmed it in. We've had this storm going on, which is very much what Metatron is showing us. The conflicting energies of the earth and the air for quite some time, stirring things up for 20 to 40 years, depending on what your level of advancement is. That's all. How far you've moved in the school of life, okay? In that understanding. And some of us have been waiting for this moment for a long time. And I'm telling you, it's like I'm hearing there's something beyond stereo in wholeness. It's like having headphones on my head, and that's how I knew. And it's coming in as Jupiter. Jupiter is ringing loud and clear. Now, Jupiter is actually for everyone. We all have it in our chart. And here at Joy to the World, we are the whole zodiac, y'all. We are the eye of God. When you look at it, the circular charts are the ones that I work with. You're looking down over your life through the eye of God, through the lens of self, from your destiny, the you that divined yourself, picked your hair color, picked your body shape, picked your place where you were going to land, your parents, the things like that. Look down and said, here's the clock that I want to come into. Here's the systems, the information, the movement that I want to step into, the dance, the divinement, the symphony. And this is where I'm going to launch from and learn from. And then we'll go from there. So then you step in as yourself. We bump our heads when we get here, so we forget a few things. Excuse me. I think I bumped mine a few times. I got Pluto pretty close to my midheaven. But anyways, you come on in and you have to awaken. And when you awaken, you begin to step into your divinity, the golden thread. That's when we make our divine choices to begin to align and to be empowered and to master our chart, not to dominate, to master. Master means to merge and to work with. And it's allowing the planets to move their energies through you, which is what I am doing today, y'all. I am tapped. I don't know what's about to happen, but I do know Metatron coming in with 6th chakra, the perfect 40, the divine fulfillment. Let's talk about the stars of destiny. When that chakra that's above our head, the leap is when we allow ourselves to merge, when we allow that question to be asked, the action potential. What question has been itching inside of you to be asked? Okay. These aren't like dogmatic type questions. This is more like I might say, well, how do I grow the channel? Something like that. And I don't go chasing down the answers. I open to them. I unfold to them. That is my merging. That is my receptivity. Okay. Where do we do that? We're going to go through our heart is what they're letting us know, because Emerald is leading the way. And y'all know I love this. So these are crystal cards that I got from Tamed Wild, I believe. But anyways, to me, it's like the fist pump. It's like, right on. We got this going. Oh yeah. Cheering yourself on, empowering of oneself, not to disempower another. That's not where power comes from. Remember, the action, the potential is in us, left side, action, right side, and it begins to move and merge to ourselves through this power of Metatron, right? Activating our systems, moving our chart, thus the wheel of fortune, okay? Between work and play, and then that begins to turn on our high heart, the carnelian. The carnelian, that's very much what is active in children. It's in this upper realm. It's usually of the pink gray, okay? Carnelian is a very softening of the blood. It's like it's the plasma of the blood. The white blood cells and the red blood cells all merging together in here to forge life and to bring it forward. Now, what you're showing me, we're also going to have some cleansing, some clearing, energetic clearing going on here, which it's already going on because these wanted to come out to set up the background of what is going on, the energy around you. These energies are around you right now in your world, friend. That's how they came forward, ready to facilitate this encouragement of oneself to dream your biggest dreams, the dreams of the heart, not the dreams of the mind. So you don't have to nitpick and try and get the words just right. Open your heart up and be receptive to the beautiful person that you are. Okay. So this it's kneeling. Very interesting. It's giving honor and homage and humility towards the Queen of Pentacles. So we have a new deck coming on in Starman Tarot. Love it. Hopefully you can take a peek here, but let's talk about the Tree of Life. Activating the Tree of Life to bring in this new cosmic DNA, the plasma and beyond, activating the seed that's been stored within ourselves, deep within the sacral chakra, because what Metatron takes us from after the storm, okay? after the storm, this 10, 20, 40 years, depending on what you've been going through, is to root into the second chakra. Okay, to root into it. And that doesn't mean just pressing down in roots like that. That means fingering through, moving around, because that's the stars of our destiny. That's where they've been stored. That's where we store our treasury. And that's why a lot of people tap into it. They're going, I want some sex. I want to go have some good times, some party time, stirring things up down there. But I'm talking about a different stirring. A stirring, of course, coming through this heart channel. All right. Finding out what is in your heart and connecting to your truth within yourself, okay? Letting these roots, the Queen of Pentacles, which is earth, which is tactility, which is practicality. It's not just some frou-frou cotton candy dancing on clouds in your mind's eye. It's coming in because, as we'll see over here, there are practical, actionable cards that Jupiter's wanting us to have. But he is wanting us to expand and to open up into the possibilities of who we are, the beauty and the majesty of who we are. And that is what I love here, because along with the Queen of that DNA activation going on, the pearls of life, our wisdom, our knowing beyond knowing, the gift of knowledge that comes from previous lifetimes, from our destiny, the red self, right? Where we create and divine ourselves, just dropping on in. You can see over here from this cloud, okay, there's a pentacle dropping on in, and you can see right through it, right? Almost like a steering wheel or a, I know it ain't a hubcap. What's that thing called? A rim. You call it a rim up in there. And they're asking us to lift up. You're tied to the belly of the earth through this umbilical cord, but it's not just to the soil, y'all. We're talking about channeling all the way into the sacral chakra of the earth, into the earthen core in the center, because in the very, very center, which would be like root chakra, first chakra, not second chakra, like what we have going on here with Ariel, is like a magnetic rock. It is the magnetic core that keeps the earth in balance. Now, right around that is the moltenness, the goldenness world, the goldenness self. That is where we're being tethered into from the King of Pentacles. And they're asking us to drop in, to allow our dreams to arrive and to drop into our heart through the divine mind of no longer resisting our destiny. Our destiny wasn't some foreign entity, you know, dooming you to these paths and these ways. It was you yourself, your divine self, okay? Creating these opportunities, this beauty and these moments, so that when you learned and tuned your instrument, yourself, your chart, right? The streams, they're like strings of an instrument. When you tune it, you'll begin to recognize how much you've actually learned. Okay, a master can play an untuned instrument and it's going to sound like garbage. The music coming out, not the instrument, right? So when we're wondering what's coming out of us and we may not necessarily like it, right? We might sit here and just keep wanting to browbeat and punish ourselves and send ourselves back to kindergarten, when really Big Poppa has come to ask us to graduate from Life University, to begin to step off into this new plane, the polar unification of the seventh chakra above our head, which opens up a whole new world and allows these pentacles, the king, to drop on in. The new systems, the new orders, the new provisions, the new sperma DNA to come to merge with the earth and to collect the two and to come together. And then that opens the divine 12, divine order, the temple path. And you can see the orbs of delight coming on in here. These are the stars of your dreams as you're stirring them up from the sacral chakra, coming into reality, being birthed into this world, not through hardship anymore, friend, not through those old earth day, earth weight energies. Even Big Poppa, who is considered a malefic planet, but baby, no, not him. We love him. He is goldness. He is beautiful. He is divine, and he is Aquarian now. Okay. So he stepped into this open cyan energy, the fullness of the free-flowing, the plasma, the giftedness, the divine co-creation, the creator's mind. But first, the co-create is within oneself. It's coming into the unity of oneself, the universality of oneself. And they're telling you, so this card of adjacent possibilities is coming in to tell you to limit the distractions, okay? These are things coming along to try and lure you off your path, because what they show me clearly is right here is where you're headed. Full steam ahead. Okay, heading into the pure white light, because it's not about white. White light is where all the colors merge. It's where the balance and the unity comes all together, where the wholeness is occurring, okay? So they're saying don't delay. through these distractions. Just keep your mind focused, keep kind of the periphery down and the blinders on like horses have to be able to move forward at a good pace, okay? Saturn and Jupiter driving you there. And that, what is at that, through that doorway is your truth. Because we have Gabriel coming on in. And even though it's a bubble around his head, you're not necessarily living in a bubble. This is the truth of your throat, the throat chakra. And that is more than just what we say. It is how we live. It is the truth of our feet. We're talking about that grounding and that connecting energy that, well, both the King and the Queen of Pentacles are demonstrating to us here in the Sturm Tarot. Okay? So it's bringing in that energy that we stand in our truth, and that creates the magnetism with earth core centrality, with earth and dreams, bringing in, you're telling me to step here now. Remember, I said we get here to the connecting rod. This is the rod of truth, not just a sword of truth. This is a divining rod. People who would come along and often they use copper wires and they can divine out where different portals, different energy openings are in their house. Also, you can look in your own home and find where words have been spilled, where there's still static or charge left in a room, because as you walk through it, it does keep reactivating certain things in you. So we're talking about cleaning up your power and your environment to align with who you are. That's why the bubble is around the mind. Not because you a bubblehead like I am when I'm on some of my video shoots, forgive y'all. But whatever, that's that truth coming on in, that you know thyself. You know your mind, you know your heart, you know who you are, you know what you're here for. And that doesn't mean purpose accomplishment type thing. It's to divine and connect your divinity, your golden string, and your destiny, your red string, bringing it on together. Where? In that juicy sacral chakra, right? We want a juicy life here on earth as it is in heaven 4D. All right, think Egypt, think Egypt. And so we have a divine sacrifice showing up, not that a sacrifice is required, okay? The exchange, like if this is like live for Big Poppa inviting you out to dinner and wanting to pay for it. Okay, that's what's coming along, this new earth and air energy, this plasma energy that we're transforming into, this connecting and impregnating the soul beneath our feet is coming on in saying, we got you covered. We got you covered. That's what they want you to know with the Ace of Wands. There's room for you. We have got you covered. And that's what I love. It's coming sandwiched in with the Tower between the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Meaning we're going to put the power in your hands. And as you see here, there are many divine eyes aligning on this tower, because being a massage therapist by trade, we have eyes all over our body, our proprioceptors. It's how our body knows when it's in perfect alignment. We can lift heavy things. We can move swiftly because the alignment affords the ease. And that's what they're talking about here. The alignment, the Ace of Wands, the empowerment within oneself, that divine heaven and earth connection, 5D, 4D, 3D. And, okay, we have Metatron opening up a 6th layer, not level, layer right now, coming in along with that. Gabriel blowing the divine trumpet, reiterating what the Queen of Wands is calling forth here. She is awakening the truth to follow the sun. Follow your sun. Okay, so the initiation of the sun, like in my case, Capricorn sun, right? Getting into the truth of who you are, the thing that makes you glow, that makes you radiate, that is the you-ness of who you are. Our I am-ness. That comes from Scorpio. Go ask them all about that. But it begins to shine, and it's like the 2 keys going in the safe deposit box, that when they turn and they lock in place, it opens the kingdom. Opens the kingdom of the eyes, and the wheel begins to turn. And they're talking about that sacrifice that we got you covered turns into prosperity, and it begins to prosper here on earth just as in heaven, because remember that cosmic eye, the cosmic plasma, right, is coming down here to God and to divine with us to move through on this plane. So let's see what they're calling forth now. I do see the goddess of the moon, but they're wanting one more card here. Okay. 29. Now, I don't know about any of you, but that number has been showing up quite a bit. It's about coming together in unity in order to empower the change into the whole new world. The divine 9 of to override, overturn, to move forward, to overcome all obstacles and limitations, to like shed the skin, pop the chrysalis, that type of thing. And she's wanting to partner in on it as if this is the covering, the illumination, saying, how do you feel? Can you see? That is so far away, y'all. Can you see that? She's wanting to superimpose the light. This is almost like what has been behind. And that 29 is leaping over to make the connection to come close to you. That you will not be separated from the light. Remember the temple path, delight of your heart, this heart energy coming on through. So now we're activating the black tourmaline, which is showing up as a reiteration at the tower of that alignment of your eyes, of coming back to knowing thyself, working in conjunction with the Gabriel energy, which I love it because, y'all, my favorite is blue kyanite. I love blue kyanite. These are all coming in here together, okay, in synergy. And when something comes together in synergy, it is like multiplication. It is like a to the power of factoring and bringing that in. And so the moon has begun to work of what do you desire? What do you like? Asking yourself those questions. What are your preferences? We for so long have been taught that we were judgmental if we knew our own preferences or proclivities, that somehow we need to be well-rounded and all spread out and all over the place. And the Queen of Wands is clearly like, know thyself. What makes you shine? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? Like what makes you laugh could be different than what makes me laugh. They're talking about step in and celebrate thyself, honor thyself, come forward. Remember in that kneeling that they were coming into, the heart cards were coming in to kneel at the foot of the King and the Queen of Pentacles, being able to surrender to the truth of who you are. So this is now showing up as both hands. Heart energy moves through our hands, again, allowing us to take action. Our mind energy and our truth moves on in through our feet. And that's how we become star power. That's how the goddess of the moon begins to work, because she is 52, 5, the power of manifestation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, thus star power, right? The power of change is in your hands. That's why this channel, I don't talk about so-and-so's coming to you and that type of thing. Nothing against, there are other people that are gifted in that sort of teaching and that sort of leading, but here it's about empowering you to be able to move forward into yourself, to know yourself, to be able to navigate the energies as if you're the driver of your own car, right? Well, I don't want to put you as a passenger of somebody else's car. I don't know who that might be to take care of you. I want to awaken you to rise in your divinity, to cooperate with your destiny, right? So that your eye of God comes in and you begin to awaken in your passion, in your joyousness, and you are satisfied and fulfilled. So that's what this channel is about here. Now we have 38, and they're saying 44 and 38 if you need to hear that. Woman holding a heart, and the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael coming in together. How interesting. Can we see what we got? Let me align here, y'all. Thank you for putting up with what is going on in my ears and my head. Look at that. So Raphael, the earthen heart, and then we have the woman holding a heart, which is the high heart, the heart from heaven coming on down. Remember, King of Pentacles, let it drop down. Receive yourself. Trust yourself. That was the thing that had gone on over here, is you had lost trust in yourself. You had lost faith in yourself. You had lost faith in the system, which is God. You know, it is that part of yourself, your red cord, your destiny, the part of you that created yourself, like thinking it's something foreign and removed from you, when really it is right here. It is you stepping into that I amness, you that you can raise the fist bump, right? And have a good time moving forward, motivating thyself in the truth of who you are. There ain't nothing missing, and there's nothing wrong with you. Begin to celebrate who you are right now. Do you know how you know what you like about yourself? What do you like in others? I like somebody with a good sense of humor. Why? Because I like to laugh, because I got a good sense of humor, right? And I like people who are satisfied with themselves, because then they don't go about pushing me around, telling me what I got and what I need to change about myself. They just give room for me to be along their divine, beautiful energy as well. That's what these heart energies are coming in here for, this healing and this reiteration, this doubling up of them, the 4D. Remember, here and here, coming on in to bring in this clearing of your throat, your mind, and your divine, like spaceship, your thought connector to, as she's showing, the realm up above. All right. The whole mind, your whole self. When you begin to embrace and accept yourself, to appreciate yourself, you become whole-minded. Like that. And then what happens? Third, the door to personal healing and happiness opens up. I don't know if you're as old as me, you know the song, Let My Love Open the Door, and take these broken wings and learn to fly again. And the book of love will open up and let us in. That is it. This is divine love. It's unconditional. There's no separation, okay? The thing is when we stay in the logic mind and the creative mind, and we have to go back and forth for whatever reason that we think we have to, we lose the ability to think holistically. And it can bog down, break down. It causes the communication barriers between ourselves and one another. Then we have the layers of consciousness, the unconscious, the subconscious, and the conscious mind, and it can get lost in translation. If you've ever practiced the rumor mill in a circle of people, you know how the information is altered even slightly from one side to coming fully closed around again. So that's what they're talking about doing away with, is that being anything being lost in translation, because it is whole. So when it's whole, it comes in whole, and it lands as whole, and it divines and it radiates as a whole. It comes together as the star. That's why I find fives to be perfect. I have a lot of fives in my chart. It's the creator, is the choice to create, to divine, to unify, to get on board and on page with oneself. So with that being said, they told me these are combined. Okay, I think it's called Magic Mondays, and it's combined with Bianca Nero Tarot. So one is full of color and one is black and white. I saw you try and jump on out with them. Do we have anything else to say here for Joy to the World weekly read for the 17th to the 23rd, and whenever you tune in, these are still timeless reads. So they're talking about the covering. What are you discovering? Your power. Power of your permission. Ace of Swords, giving yourself permission to be happy right here, right now, here today. Giving yourself permission to be powerful right here, right now, today. Giving yourself permission to be smart, to be intelligent, to have the gift of knowledge, to be in the know, not because it makes you better than anyone. No, this is central. Remember, this is coming into the sun, the sunflower, one's self. The sun is not outside of you nor in someone else. Yes, it is. But when it is in you, you can celebrate anyone, anytime, any place, anywhere. And when there's some buggery going on around you, you can celebrate yourself by walking away. Thank you. So Ace of Swords. This is about your mind and your heart getting on the same page with your soul, your solar self, your solar system. Okay. And giving yourself permission to prosper, to be empowered. The authority and power, the yes, okay? The awesome yes. And so next to it, we have this had to reveal, to discover that in order to discover this, the Six of Cups. Y'all, this is a celebration. This is a party. This is life beginning to unfold, unfurl, and relax, so much so that you find the proper time. Proper doesn't mean that way, okay? Proper means for you, that ordering of you. Remember, just like what delights you, what butters your bread, what churns your butter, all that kind of stuff, okay? Honey on your toast, milk in your tea. I don't know what you like, but you do. It's when you do that, then you begin to properly rest and restore. You begin to relax and lay back and ease up on yourself. That doesn't mean laying down the jaw, but that means affording yourself the opportunity to rest, recharge, restore, reflect. All the re's. There's so much empowerment in the re. That comes along, giddy up, hit you giddy up, to Pluto. Now, Pluto has been tagging along in this last year, which kind of felt like some bombs, some landmines, some things like that going on, disturbing us. But Pluto has been knocking at the door for quite some time. They will not barge into your world. Okay, sometimes you barge out into theirs when really they're wanting to merge. Become synergistic, symphonic with you, the tuning of your streams in your chart, remember? So as you begin to do that, you begin to recognize the importance of tuning your streams. That's what affords you to make music easily, right? And so that very much has to do with the sacral chakra, that when you lay down, The movement of the energy is so different. It almost like, I don't know if you've seen those fluid things where it looks like blue water, but it's actually colored oil and water, and they flow and they move together. So it's like you're allowing the air and the earth energy, or the air and the water energy, to separate and each do their own thing, okay, to facilitate the swiftness of divine communication, okay? So with that, we'll be heading into our last little leg here. I didn't know what all we'd use today. They said stick these out and we will talk. So let us know about our plasma condition here at Joy of the World. I feel you. Thank you. Anything? Thank you. Anything else you want to say? Who talking first? King of Coins. Reiteration. Looking forward to the divine man. That's the thing. Look at this. The relaxing to the maxing, y'all. The chilling, the laying back, the confidence, the calm, cool air. It's beyond confidence. It's self-assurance. It is self-assurance, and that's what we're seeing along here. But I love that his warm colors are matching up with this Queen of Pentacles, because the neat thing about tarot is it will begin to reiterate and prove itself over and over and over again to confirm and affirm to you what it is you are hearing. Not what I am saying, what it is that's stirring in your heart, in your soul, your spirit, and your mind for you. Okay, friend? So this one landed on in the top of the Six of Cups, okay, which is that whole merging of the one. We have the High Priestess coming in, the two, the Divine Two, because it's interesting that that is what is really in the central focus of oneself here in the Six of Cups, that all four are pointing to the two. So it is 3, 2 to the third power. That's what we have going on here. So priestess, priestess, priestess. Divine knowing in your body, in your mind, and in your soul, okay? So as you permit your body to come into that state of relaxation, it then permits the mind and the soul to come and merge as well. And it will back itself up. It will protect you. It will provide for you. And beyond all, as we know from the Queen of Wands here and the Ace of Wands coming on in along with that Tower, it will prosper you. Okay? This Tower is constructive. It is not destructive. This is cosmic power coming on in to afford you the assimilation and the mastery. It's kind of like a time machine or a Wonka Vader, able to move in all directions whenever, all right? That empower the self. So whatever you see is possible, okay? I love that. Now remember, we had a jump up that went this way. If you don't remember, back it up and then you see it. So who was trying to lead the troops here? All right, we have the Nine of Cups coming on in. Oh, somebody poking your kitty. That's all I got to say. There's one up here that's like, ooh, who's that down there? You're seeing something that you like. For some of you, it's finding your divine partner, because this 9 is wanting to evolve over to the 10 by the power of choice. What? Power of choice. Okay. Knowing thyself, right? This coming in to that divinement of the 7th realm, opening up above your head, the final world, the kingdom coming on in. This is you bringing in the sheaves. You're like, I want some fruitful life. You're opening things up. All right. Now I'll tell you, don't dig around too hard, my friend. Be delicate with this. Okay. Be delicate with yourself. So don't push yourself. Don't force yourself. Don't rush yourself. Pushing, forcing, rushing. What you're reinforcing here and reiterating is the energy in which you communicate and move through this is the energy that's going to dominate what you go into. So if you push it, it's going to be pushy. You're going to be rushed. You can't enjoy. You can't relax. You can't divine. You can't really dig around your dreams and enjoy them. You can't taste your food. You know, it's that type of thing. If you provoke, it's going to cause a spark. And in any dry areas, it will cause the deconstruction. We'll just call it that. You know, so that's what they want you to know here. Check your energy. Check your energy in the movement forward. Be ready. Take that breath. Sit into it. That's what ease is about. Ease is different than laid back, and ease is different than rushing it. It comes into that central energy, okay, of knowing thyself. So let me see if there's anything else they want to say. Why did we uncover you if you're sitting there? So this is the mega deck. It's got the mind, body, and soul going on in here. I see you trying. That's too much. Let's take us out of here and lead us into this divine absolution is what you're talking about. Okay, for those of you, this is on the money. If you've been disturbed lately and things have been trying to get your attention, you're like, what? You don't know what it is, but you've been feeling the disruption. Okay, some of you, this whole year going to feel like Mercury retrograde. Just saying, laying it there. So it's time to not sweat the small stuff. Breathe. Reduce your distraction. Keep moving forward. Note your truth. I remember them telling me, okay, so they want me to tell you what they had said the other day. They're saying things aren't as they seem. So don't be distracted by what you're seeing. Also, when I went out to have meditation time at the ocean, they said the big voice is going to try and swallow out and swallow up the smaller voice. But stay steady with that still small voice. Stay steady with it, because eventually the larger one, the grandiose one, the one that's trying to dominate and push and force, is going to be forced to merge with it. And that's when beauty, softness, quietness comes in. The clarity, and this divine harmony coming on in here through the ages. That divine knowing, they're talking about no-ment, M-E-N-T, the no-ment. So the establishment, taking that Hierophant, instead of punishing yourself in a more you be putting it in swiftly. You want to move quickly. Knight of Swords right here is to put it with this. The divine knowing, okay? The reflection. So with that incoming energy that we have, soul first, you're wanting to address. So from the ground up is 32, tangibility, make your dreams real. Remember we were talking about the Queen of Pentacles? Okay, we were talking about earth and energy, the practicality, not just earthing, that type of stuff, dirt, soil. No, not pentacles. Pentacles can mean anything you can touch. So a lot of what you need to begin with is actually in your possession, in your realm. And you might be calling it trash, ready to ditch, ready to dash, ready to throw it out. You tired with it, you frustrated with it, you disgruntled with it. Back up, breathe, rest, reflect. Ask yourself a few good questions, and then know that you're moving to that Nine of Cups. You're moving forward into the beauty. You know thyself, High Priestess, along with Gabriel over here. And then you're able to step into what you know. Listen to your soul song. Let yourself unfold. See, she has roses and veil over her eye. She's trying, that's very much showing a Six of Swords energy of moving on from turbulence. But as we saw over here with this Nine of Cups, you made it to the 9, but you did it in a swift, turbulent energy. It may not have felt fast, but it was a lot of compression, a lot of demanding, a lot of forcing, a lot of making. And they're asking you to unfold, to move around, to dig around your dreams, to unk yourself forward, to inspire yourself forward. That type of motivation, okay, friend? So that's what tangibility is talking about down here in your soul. Listen for your soul song. Listen for it. Allow it to draw you forward, because that is what will calm the waters. And when the waters calm, the boat, your vessel, draws itself. Okay. And beyond that, what I know, friends, the true magic with that is it draws to you as well, because the stress is less and it comes off the mind. So your perception clears. Okay. Thank you. So with that, then we have the earth energy coming on in your body here. See, each one of these sets in the mega deck represents something. So this is in your body. We have cycles, the hair coming in 31. I love it that it is phonics here. Is it hair or is it hair? I don't know. That's up to you. But what it's really talking about is a double meaning. Okay. So this is proverbial, it's esoteric, and it's practical. It's right here on earth. It's scientific and it's woo-woo. You know what else? How about you go on the practicality of it, and then when it starts coming true, you be like, woo, woo. That's the kind of woo-woo I love up here in Joy to the World. Not that other stuff that leaves your jaw hanging, wondering, well, I thought you said this. Why didn't this? Big Poppa and Jupiter teamed up to make it real. They ain't saying let's make a deal. They said let's make it real. Door number 1, number 2, number 3, all in. All your doors, because they're all your doors. They're all your colors. They adore you completely. I adore you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm back. Titillate those buttons. Circulate this out. Compliment yourself, one another, me, whoever, down below. I'll be talking to you soon, checking back in with some zodiacs, maybe some teachings this year, and some other things I don't even know, because this is the channel for the people, for our world. I love you. We'll talk again real soon. Bye.